There are sounds hiding in the American wilderness that don't seem like they belong to birds at all. Some whistle like a human, some groan like a ghost, others sound like a laser gun from a sci-fi movie. By the end of this video, you will know what bird sounds like a crying baby, which one mimics a chainsaw, and which bird fools people into thinking there is a monkey in the woods. Let's start. If you enjoy discovering hidden secrets of the natural world, hit subscribe now. You will never look at a backyard bird the same way again. Number 1 is the common loon. This bird is famous for its haunting yodel that echoes across northern lakes. But the sound that really catches people off guard is the tremolo. It sounds like unhinged, maniacal laughter. Imagine hearing that at midnight while you are camping alone. Number 2 is the American woodcock. This bird does not just sing, it performs. The male flies high into the sky, then spirals downward while making a series of twittering sounds. But before the flight, it stands on the ground and makes a loud, buzzy peent noise. That peent sounds like a toy that is running out of batteries. Then the sky dance begins. Number 3 is the northern mockingbird. This one is not weird because of one sound. It is weird because it copies everything. Car alarms, dog barks, frog croaks, camera shutters. One mockingbird in Florida was recorded mimicking the sound of a squeaky playground swing for over 10 minutes straight. Number 4 is the wild turkey. You probably think a turkey just gobbles, but hens make a clicking and purring sound that is strangely mechanical. It sounds like a tiny engine trying to start. Hunters say that when a flock of turkeys all start clucking and purring together in the dark, it sounds like a workshop full of tiny machines.
Number 5 is the barred owl. You know the classic "who cooks for you" call. But this owl also makes a sound that has terrified hikers for centuries. It is a loud, screeching cackle that sounds exactly like someone screaming for help. Park rangers regularly get emergency calls from campers who hear it and think a person is being attacked. Number 6 is the Canada goose. Yes, the common goose. Most people know the honk, but listen closely when a goose hisses. It sounds like a tire deflating crossed with an angry snake. And when goslings peep, they sound like a squeaky dog toy being squeezed over and over. Number 7 is the killdeer. This bird is named after its own call. It screams "killdeer" as it flies. But the really strange sound is the broken wing call. A mother killdeer will pretend to have a broken wing and squeal in distress to lure predators away from her nest. The squeal sounds disturbingly like a small animal in pain. Number 8 is the green heron. This bird sounds like a sudden loud hiccup. When it takes off in surprise, it lets out a sharp sky owl that cuts through the air. It is so abrupt that most people jump when they hear it for the first time. Number 9 is the American bittern. This bird lives in marshes and makes a sound that people describe as a watery pump. It goes ka-chunk. The noise is so deep and resonant that it vibrates through the ground. Some say it sounds like a giant gulping a gallon of water. Number 10 is the common nighthawk. At dusk, this bird flies high and makes a strange booming sound with its wings, not its voice. But the vocal call is a sharp peent that sounds like an electronic alert.
It feels out of place in the natural world, like a phone notification from a bird. Number 11 is the pileated woodpecker. The drumming is loud enough to hear from half a mile away, but the call is a wild, laughing cook-cook-cook-cook that rises and falls. It sounds like a woodpecker is mocking you for getting lost in the forest. If you miss the next one, you miss the real reason why bird sounds are so strange. The next few birds produce noises that scientists still do not fully understand. Number 12 is the greater prairie chicken. Males gather on a lek, which is a dancing ground, and make a booming call using inflatable orange neck sacs. The sound is a low boom that vibrates in your chest. It sounds more like someone blowing over the top of a giant glass bottle than a bird. Number 13 is the black-capped chickadee. The chickadee call is cute, but the fee-bee whistle is 2 pure notes that sound like a human whistling for their dog. People have walked toward the sound expecting to find another person, only to find a tiny bird staring at them. Number 14 is the northern flicker. This woodpecker makes a sound like a squeaky toy being stepped on. It also drums on metal gutters and chimney caps to make the loudest possible noise. Homeowners think something is broken, but it is just a flicker trying to impress a mate. Number 15 is the white-breasted nuthatch. This bird sounds like a tiny toy horn. The call is a nasally ink, ink, ink that sounds comically like a clown nose. It is impossible to hear without smiling. Number 16 is the eastern screech owl. Despite the name, it does not screech. It makes a descending whinny that sounds exactly like a tiny horse.
It also makes a soft, trilling sound like a singing cricket. This tiny owl is a master of sounds that trick the ear. Number 17 is the brown-headed cowbird. The song sounds like a burp mixed with a gurgle. It is quick and sloppy, as if the bird is pouring water out of its throat. Other birds do not like it much either, which is fitting since cowbirds are nest parasites. Number 18 is the sora rail. This secretive marsh bird sounds like a descending whinny that drops in pitch, like a horse losing its balance. It is a classic example of a bird that fools experienced birders who think they are hearing a mammal. Number 19 is the common yellowthroat. This small warbler sings witchety, 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 fast and sharp. But what is strange is that it sounds like it is saying a word. People swear it sounds like the bird is saying, "Which way is he going?" over and over. Number 20 is the red-winged blackbird. The conclary call ends with a liquid trill that sounds like water bubbling. The male throws its head back and flares its red shoulder patches while making this noise. It is part song, part visual performance. Number 21 is the western meadowlark. This bird has a beautiful flute-like song that sounds like it was recorded in a studio. But the call note is a harsh, buzzy zzzt that sounds like a short circuit. It is the ultimate split personality in bird sounds. Number 22 is the ring-necked pheasant. The sudden crowing sounds like a car starting on a cold morning. It is a loud, harsh cock-cock, followed by a rapid wing flutter. Farmers have sworn their old pickup truck was backfiring, only to find a pheasant strutting in the field. Number 23 is the hermit thrush. Its song is often called the most beautiful bird sound in North America, but the call note is a sharp chook that sounds like a rock hitting hard dirt. One moment, it produces the most ethereal music. The next, it sounds like a stone. Number 24 is the blue jay. Everyone knows the loud JJ alarm call, but blue jays also make a sound like a rusty gate hinge. They can mimic red-shouldered hawks so perfectly that other birds scatter in panic. Some blue jays learn to mimic the squeak of a person pushing a wheelbarrow. Number 25 is the wood thrush. The song ends with a vibrating trill that sounds like a shimmering echo, but the bird also makes a low pit, pit, pit call that sounds like two pebbles being tapped together. The wood thrush proves that the strangest sounds are often the most beautiful. The natural world is full of voices that sound like machines, people, and even monsters. Next time you hear a weird noise outside, pause before you assume it is a car alarm or a creaking tree. It might just be a bird performing a trick of evolution. And if you enjoyed learning about these incredible sounds, subscribe to Wings of Nature for more hidden stories from the wild. There are so many more voices out there waiting to be recognized. Here is the part that makes 25 weird bird sounds you won't believe are real worth slowing down for. In nature, the smallest clue is often the one that changes the whole story. A quick movement, a hidden call, a change in posture, or a sudden pause can tell you that something important is happening before the obvious moment arrives. That is why patient watching matters so much. You are not only looking for a beautiful animal or a dramatic scene. You are learning how the living world gives tiny warnings, signals, and patterns before it reveals the full picture.